Hello, my name is AJ. I'm your hypoxia coach for today, and we have level 1.4 chair teaser. This is a level 1 movement and a level 4 breathography, meaning we're adding in 1 6-beat breath retention to start to bridge that gap between level 3 and level 5, adding in the longer breath retention to not only increase our core strength, our endurance at the end of our complete exhalation. Certain muscles kick on when we get to those squeezing out those last couple of ounces of air, and that's why we're holding and retaining our breath there, not with tension, but just view it as pausing the breath and strengthening our deep core as we keep our ab ribbon loose around the waist. But then also we're increasing our carbon dioxide tolerance both inside the exercise session, which allows us to absorb more oxygen and blood into our muscle when we enhance that ability to tolerate the rising CO2, and also improves our stress levels outside the exercise session. So how amazingly efficient is that? So there's your pep talk. Let's get into it. If you're working with a hypoxia coach and they've suggested a variation on this exercise, make sure you follow that, because that's just there to optimize your program based on your assessment. Otherwise, this is a perfect starting place, so let us begin. Ball is between the knees. You're squeezing the knees together so that the knees are shooting a laser over your third toes. You're equally weighted between all 3 points of the foot tripod. That's big toe, pinky, heel. Now, if your chair is higher than mine and the heels elevate, that's fine. Just try to stay as relaxed in your foot as possible and focus on the weight being on your third toe, right on the center of your foot. And now, this is as much a posture exercise as it is a core exercise. So you're going to drive your hands down into the chair. You're screwing them into the chair. So if the chair was slippery, they'd turn out, but you're also simultaneously pushing them forward in space. So if the chair were slippery, they'd push like that. So it looks like this: screw, push, keeping the shoulder blades pulled together the whole time. So you see when you push the hands, I have a narrow stool here, so I can also demonstrate if you have a narrow chair like me, you screw and then you push forward with the shoulder blades together. See how that starts to kick on the obliques as you use that chair resistance or like the floor resistance like we do in some ab exercises to push forward. So screw and push, shoulder blades together. Now, the head is pushing back in hypoxic headstand, so as if you had a pair of imaginary hands behind the head, you're pushing the head back into the hands and also lifting the head up off of the shoulders, heightening the spine. So when I say heighten the spine, that's what I mean. You're decompressing the spine as you lean back. Now in the teaser position, we are going to be leaning back and finding our neutral spine. First, in the upright position, is your weight equal between your two sit bones? Close your eyes for a moment. Are you leaning more on the right? Or are you leaning more on the left? If you are, try to even that out. Then, finding your neutral spine, we're not arched, we're not tucked, we're about halfway between the two. You shouldn't feel your low back muscles working, and you shouldn't feel the pressure on the tailbone, right? So that's a good indicator of your neutral. Then when you lean back, you want to try to mostly maintain that pressure on about the same point, just leaning back about 15-20 degrees. If you cannot loosen your ab ribbon on the soft shish and loud shish in this exercise, you either one, want to loosen your ab ribbon a little bit so you can feel the difference between tight and loose. Number two, you might want to just start in the upright position. Just reduce the load on the abs so you can connect to your deep core, and then integrate it into a more an advanced progression, which is leaning back and adding that resistance. That 20-pound head staying stacked is going to add a ton of intensity to the abs, even in the upright position. So sometimes that's a wonderful place to start. The eyes are going to be closed eventually in the exercise so that you can deepen the connection between your ab ribbon and the abdomen in this exercise. In fact, visualization is incredibly powerful and has been shown in studies to increase muscle activation significantly. It's a powerful tool. And so I want you to use that tool to stay connected here and focus on that connection, also heightening the spine. First couple times, you won't close your eyes because you're watching, you're learning, but over time, you'll add that on. So let's practice. We get a 4-6-4 breath retention formula for today. Screw the hands, push them forward, shoulder blades back, head stance, neutral spine, squeeze the ball, foot tripods, lean back, staying in neutral, close your eyes. Let's take it from our posture, zip up, inhale. Hiss, 2, 3, 4, 5, inhale 1, inhale 2. Loosen your ribbon, you're holding 4, 3, 2, heighten the spine 1, and inhale, tighten the ribbon. Loosen your ribbon, you're holding 6, keep it loose 5, 4, head back 3, 2, 1, and inhale, inhale. Screw the hands, push them forward, shoulders back, drain all the air out. You're holding 4, head back 3, 2, and a 1. Amazing work.